Hey, welcome back. Welcome back to the big board. Saturday, sometime around noon. We're playing Eylau still, 1807. I redid all the commands just for those that are following along. And if you're just checking in this one video because it's going to talk about assault, then fast forward a couple of minutes. But redid all the commands, made sure I had it all accurate, went back and looked at all the commands from the first turn and the payments you needed to make in terms of army fatigue points, rejiggered all that, got that all correct, put all the commands down for everybody, including holds, and we are now well on our way. And so we're doing the first activation, which is with the initiative side, which is the Russians. And they have elected to, I guess, attack before the other guys do. Excuse me. So, because it was looking pretty evident that that was the case. So I went through, oh, it's right off camera, of course it is. Stand by. This cavalry unit back here off camera, this guy, was in this hex, these two charged in here. Got the appropriate result, and we're going to walk through step-by-step results in a sec, but needless to say, knocked this for 6 here, and then a similar result here with a very large group of hussars attacking here. Neat thing is with cavalry, there's no adjacent defensive fire stuff, so that there's that, which is nice. And I think that's it. So that's what happened there. Now over here, we've got something a little bit more interesting. In the last, the rules for squares are that at the point where a cav unit is 4 hexes away from an infantry unit, that infantry unit has the option to automatically drop into square, which we decided to do here really just to see how things would all sort of pan out. And then that also, of course, then would give this Cossack unit an opportunity to attack the infantry. They can't attack line, they can't attack front on, but they can attack flanks. Now, that actually raises a point. Can a Cossack unit attack a square? I'm beginning to think maybe they can't. I don't know. There's a question. I think we should probably delve into that. Right. Nevertheless, they executed their attack and they failed miserably. Really not good, because this is actually quite a powerful stack here. And, you know, I'm trying not to cheat and look at everything and min-max stuff. So 18 factors in this hex, and the hussars, not hussars, the Cossacks, where am I? Oh, I hurt my back yesterday. Moving rocks and stuff. So I'm a little bit tight. All right, 18 here, and as I said, we weren't peaking. So 18 versus 8 was a bad thing, and that ended up not being a very pleasant attack. There's a significant modifier in the DRM for the single die roll that you will do when you execute these combats. So let's talk about that real quick, and maybe I can just walk through it. So these guys attacked, assuming that they can. They couldn't receive defensive fire, so there was none of that. There was and it all came to naught because I rolled something like an 11 raw with this thing, but then I get a +4, I believe it is, for being in a square. Is that correct? Yes. Infantry formation charged by cavalry. So I was going to be well over 12, and no matter what modifiers I was going to have here, there's a modifier for attacking, charging through a flank, but that wouldn't have counted because it's a square. I'm just looking here to see if there's anything else. I don't think there was anything else that they were going to get. I'm just looking real quick. No, it was not a short distance charge. So yeah, there's that, okay? So that didn't go well, but it ended up with just a 1-step loss, and they stand. These guys don't take a loss. Now, at the same time, these chaps had moved as well, and they moved adjacent. Defensive fire here, they rolled a 3 for no effect. To these guys, fired as well. They rolled maybe a 5. I don't have that written down, I don't think, but I seem to recall it being a 5, a 4 or a 5, very low number. Actually, or am I wrong? French. Yeah, defensive fire 4, no effect. Yep. Okay. Now, so what's going to happen here? We've got 18 factors, and these guys have 6, and well, that's down to a 4 now, but it was a 6 at the start, and then 4. So that's 10 when they attacked. Plus 3, 13 versus 18 is going to be a 1 to 2 attack. That's going to give you a +2 modifier, which I picked up there. I've got that, and then they're attacking uphill. These guys are attacking uphill. That's going to be another +2, +1 because it's in a square. It's line versus infantry in a square. I don't agree necessarily with this. There is some good justification for it. The argument is that less chance of them breaking and running because they're in a square. And these squares can be very compact. So a battalion of 500 men might have a 20 by 20 by 20 square if it was 4 deep, or a little bit bigger if it was 3 or 2 deep. So that's an interesting modifier that I'm unsure about. And then I had a one more modifier here, I believe is, where is it? Being attacked for more than 1 hex, -1. So that nets out all the modifiers to be, there was 2, 4, a total of 4. Now, unfortunately, I rolled 8 here. So I rolled 8, and the +4 is 12. Any die roll, here, I'll just show you the table. So here's the CRT. Let me just not mark the map with my pen. You go through defensive fire, do the odds, do the DRMs, roll 2 dice, right? If it's 9 or more, the defender wins and holds position, and the attacker takes a step loss. If it's an 8, position is held, and both attacker and defender lose. If it's 7 or less, the attacker, I don't know why they say assault charged, but the attacker loses an SP each, so each unit is going to lose an SP, and retreats if assaulted by infantry. If charged by cavalry, they're going to lose 2. So pretty heavy penalty there, right? Now, so this guy will take 1 SP loss. He makes a stand roll after that, I believe. And I failed the to stand, or did I? I don't think I did fail the to stand roll. I think what happened is I mistook. There should only be 1 step loss here. That's what I'm confused about. Because I must have just not been paying attention last night. All right, so there's that. So that would be a basic combat. Now, a couple of observations. This table, there's a little tally stick that you can use to move up and down to keep track of your DRMs, which I think is probably why they included it, because they do this defending unit modifiers and assaulting unit modifiers. I'm gonna just put that all in one table, and maybe organize it by all the pluses up top and all the minuses down the bottom by, attacker defender, I guess. Adding these up and then adding this up and then deducting one from the other is just odd to me. I don't know why that bothers me, but it does. So anyway, so that was an attack against a square, a French square with what's arguably in a regiment and 2 battalions in here, and these guys managed to hold with no losses and a step loss here. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next activations, because I do believe these guys have an attack order, so they'll be able to potentially get after it as well. I'm going to go carry on and finish up this activation by attacking this hex here, and it also is not going to probably end well for the Russians there. All right, there we have it. Eylau, 1807. Talk to you soon.